50. It is Championship Sunday here at the 2023 Sin City Classic, and we have a championship for you. This is the A Division Championship with the San Francisco Fury Unleashed going up against the ATX Austin, Texas Reign. Both of these teams have battled all weekend long. It has come to this, the penultimate matchup here, with the Reign coming out of the winner bracket and the Fury just beating a hard-fought team, a hard-fought game against the Toros. There were no Toros in the atmosphere this time in the championship game. That semifinal, a rematch from the Gay Softball World Series Championship just a few months ago in Dallas. The Fury on the short end of the stick that time, this time getting the better of their Toros rivals, and now they have found themselves in the championship game, and here to tell you all about it with the lineups, the umpire crew for both teams, Dr. Joel Tremblay and the voice of Gay Softball, Rich Siegel.
Some of the best softball is played in the A Division, wouldn't you say?
I would absolutely agree.
And so we have a game, as Roman said, between the San Francisco Fury Unleashed and the ATX Reign, who used to be the Colorado Reign. Let's give you the home plate, and the first base, or the base umpire, is going to be Doug Malm from Chicago. He'll have the bases. And Mike Latendre from your home city of San Diego.
Yes, indeed. Mike Latender, often umpiring in our league. We love to see him. Great friend, great umpire.
San Francisco will be the visiting team, I believe, for this game. Will Robinson will lead off at second base, Johnny Tadeo at shortstop. Panda Robinson, the pitcher, Jeff D'Addario, the catcher. Hayden Irwin is in center field. Tony Mora in right field, Anthony Maragon in left field, Kevin Malecha at third base, Howie Lyon, the middle fielder, and Todd Forsetti is at first base, and they have three substitutes, Ron Seeley, Rich Velez, and Charlie Garrett. ATX Reign's lineup will be Garland Jameson in center, Andrew Stewart at first, Eric Kamal, the middle fielder, Lucas Owens, the pitcher, Kyle Marsh at third, Ben Spokley at second, Jace Montier at short, Ryan Martinez in right, Adam Wilson in left, Jason Caprellian and Bubba Jones in the last two spots in the batting order. One of them will be the extra hitter, and the other one will be the catcher. It has not been designated to us which will be which, and so we'll have to wait until the Reign take the field to determine which one is the catcher and which one is the extra hitter. So we have had the Masters D, the Masters C, and the C1 divisions, as well as earlier games in the B division, and the B division final still has not been set because there's another elimination game going on in the field behind us. And I believe it is the Houston Toros against the team that we have seen a couple of times on this field earlier, and that was the, oh my gosh, I've already forgotten which team it was. Help me here.
The SF, which is South Florida United.
South Florida United. So South Florida United is going to likely be in the final they will be playing for third place against the San Diego, is it the San Diego B team in the finals, or San Francisco? Okay, it's one of the B teams from one of the San Francisco, I think the Quake. No. All right, we'll get it figured out before too long. Yes.
The next game, Roderick King will be behind home plate.
Okay.
I got this game here, but Roderick King will be the beach.
All right, thank you.
I gave you Doug,
it's okay. Mike Latendre is asking for the coaches to come so they can exchange lineup sheets, and we're about 5 minutes away from getting this game underway.
So you mentioned this is some of the best softball, and it absolutely is. NAGA, which is the governing national organization that Sin City Classic works with, sets a rating system. And so all the other divisions you've seen, Master C, D, regular C, D, B, there's a cap on how good a player can be by ratings. In the A division, there is no cap. You can have all the questions and you get to play A. So these are going to be the best players that you're probably going to see with some of the best softball. I tend to find that watching it looks a lot like B, except for the consistency. B already has some great hitting and some very flashy defense. These A players can do all of those things. They just do them a little more often and a little more consistently. The other big difference between A and B is that we told you in B, if you watched our broadcast, teams could hit 3 home runs each. In A, it is 4.
And I think there was some talk into seeing if maybe they could extend that to unlimited. But let's just play with the 4 that we have.
There has been talk about unlimited. People are afraid it would just become a game of hitting bombs after that. The other thing that has been discussed is your team gets 4, and you can't hit another one until the other team hits 4, and you can never be more than 1 ahead. So some of the folks call that progressive increase. You would still probably cap it at 7 or 8, but it would allow for a few more home runs once each team has hit their allotted amount.
Okay. I kind of like that as a rule. I remember the very first A game that I saw was at the 2005 San Diego series, and my jaw just dropped to the level of competition that I was watching. And it's only gotten even stronger as I have watched a lot of these players grow through the years that we've been watching the softball. And so this game, again, the A Division final, there were 4 teams in the A Division, and we have reached the pinnacle of the A tournament with these 2 teams about to play each other. San Francisco Fury Unleashed and the ATX Reign in the A Division Championship, and we are moments away from getting this game underway. Mike Letendre says we're on the clock. Home team take the field, and again, the home team is the ATX Reign. Adam Wilson will be in left. Garland Jameson will be in center, and the right fielder is Ryan Martinez. On the infield, Kyle Marsh at third. The shortstop is Jace Montier. The middle fielder is Eric Kamal. The second baseman is Ben Spokley, and the first baseman is Andrew Stewart. And we're still waiting to see which of the 2 will start behind the plate. It'll either be Jason Gaprillion or Bubba Jones. And on the mound, in the circle, towing the rubber, will be Lucas Owens. He will be the pitcher.
You talked about how good these players are. When you watch games in the D and C division, you're going to see a lot of people maybe played recreational baseball, moved to softball, maybe just wanted to play some sports and learned it, were athletes in other ways. In this A division, you're seeing a lot of people who might have played college ball or sub-pro ball or minor league ball, very serious baseball, and then turned to softball. Some of these folks could probably be on some of those touring teams like the Coors Light Silver Bullets and other things like that.
That's right. And so the catcher is going to be Bubba Jones, who is the 10th batter in their batting order, the 11th. And again, the pitcher for the ATX Reign is going to be Lucas Owens. He wears a mask. And we are ready for the first batter of the ball game. Will Robinson will be the leadoff batter for San Francisco Fury Unleashed. And the first pitch will be at 2:09 here on the Sunday afternoon, 2:09 Pacific time. And the first pitch is outside for a ball. There is not as much wind, at least for now, as we had in previous games. There's a ground ball to the shortstop, and off Jace Montier's glove and on into left center field for a hit. And running all the way and into second base is Will Robinson. So he is a leadoff runner. And the batter will be Johnny Tadeo. He goes after the first pitch and launches one into deep left center field. That ball's got some carry, and it's out of here for a home run.
That is the first of the 4 home runs that the Fury Unleashed are allowed.
And so they take an early 2-0 lead with second batter hitting the 2-run blast, and that'll bring up the pitcher, Panda Robinson. And the first pitch is called a strike. A ball and 2 strikes. And the next one to Panda. He swings and grounds one to Ben Spokley at second base on 3 hops. He throws him out, and that is out number 1 here in the top of the first.
If you've watched prior games and you're looking at this infield, you're going to see it's a little bit different. Most of the teams who play in the other divisions play with 4 outfielders because you're allowed to have that 10th defensive player in softball. What this team is doing is having an extra infield. So if you look at the left side of the infield, you'll see 3 infielders like a shift in Major League Baseball.
Jeff Daddario hits one into straightaway center field. It'll drop in for a hit. Ryan Martinez gets it back in the infield, and so a one-out base runner with 2 runs in the inning. And the batter will be the center fielder Hayden Irwin, who bats from the left side.
If you're scoring at home, the way you usually do this is that fifth person is going to be your number 10.
And the first pitch to Irwin. He swings and grounds one to the middle fielder. He tosses to Montier for one on to first, and the runner is safe. So they get the force out. It's middle fielder to the shortstop. And on the play, Hayden is safe at first base. And that'll bring up Tony Mora, the right fielder, who bats from the right side.
And moving that middle infielder with whether the batter is a left-handed hitter or right-handed hitter is something you'll probably see.
First pitch is illegal. And the count is 2 balls and a strike. And here's the next delivery. And that pitch is a strike called. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, the pitcher for the Rain is Lucas Owens. Runner at first base, 2 out. The pitch is swung on and bounced past the pitcher to the middle fielder, who will go to the bag himself, and that ends the inning. 2 runs, 3 hits, and 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the first, and our score is San Francisco Fury Unleashed 2, and the ATX Rain coming to bat.
So a couple other things to know about this A championship game. It is our first championship game today. Championship games here at the 16th Annual Sin City Classic go for 60 minutes. Most of the other games you've seen would not start a new inning after 50 minutes. This one can go at least 60 minutes. And this is double elimination. So the team that is still coming out of the winner's bracket, if they lose, there would be another rematch of these 2 teams to determine the final championship, because you can't be eliminated unless you've lost twice.
Right.
So since the Rain is the home team, I'm assuming they came out of the winner's bracket, so probably the Fury Unleashed would have to beat them twice to claim the championship and that big trophy.
That's correct. Garland Jameson will be the leadoff batter for the ATX Rain here in the bottom of the first. We welcome all of you who are joining us here on this Sunday afternoon here in Las Vegas. We have a general overcast sky. Thankfully, the wind, which was really wicked earlier this morning, has died off considerably, and so we're not going to be dealing with flying pens and scorebook sheets. First pitch is a ball, the second pitch is a strike, and so we're at 2-2. And the next one, illegal, too high, ball 3, full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And just to remind you, those illegals mean it's under 6 feet or over 12 feet.
There's a line drive into right field for a base hit. That ball is going to roll. It goes all the way to the fence. Jameson around second. He is on his way to third. The relay comes in to the second baseman. There will be no play at third. It's a leadoff triple. A leadoff triple for Garland Jameson. And we'll bring up Andrew Stewart, the first baseman, who bats from the left side. He wears uniform number 8. And the first pitch to him sails inside for a ball. The on-deck batter is the middle fielder, Eric Kamal. He will be followed by Lucas Owens, the pitcher. There's a fly ball hit out into right center field. And it's a home run. We were waiting for Mike Latendre to make the call. The ball went over the fence, and just like the second batter in the top of the first, here on the bottom of the first, the second batter also with a 2-run homer, and our game is tied at 2. Eric Kamal, the batter. Bats from the right side, open stance. First pitch to him. Inside for a ball 2.
And just a reminder, the batters do start with a 1-1 count. And if it hits the plate, it's definitely a ball.
And the next delivery, swung on and grounded to the middle fielder. On to first, and the batter is out. Middle fielder to the first baseman.
Nice play on a tough hop. That ball looked like it bounced a little bit higher than he thought it was going to, but able to get the glove up and get the throw over.
That's Howie Lyon playing the middle fielder position. That'll bring up Lucas Owens, the pitcher. And the first pitch to him is a ball inside. I notice he's wearing shin guards even when he bats. And that pitch is a strike called. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a ground ball in that hole between first and second into right field for a base hit.
In theory, what you lose when you bring that 4th outfielder in and make them a middle infielder is coverage of the gaps. But I think part of the issue here is in A ball, most of those balls that are deep may be going out, and your outfielders can read the ball quickly and get a good jump on it. So the hope is that they'll still be able to cover those gaps, even having brought that fielder into the infield.
Kyle Marsh, the batter, playing third base for the Reign. And the first pitch to him. He swings and lifts one in the air to center field. The ball curves away from the center fielder and onto the track. Garland Jamison running for Lucas Owens makes it to third base. It'll be a double for Kyle Marsh. Runners at second and third and 1 out.
A little close there at second, but Marsh is in. Malm right there to make the call. Throw was in quickly, but he had to turn around to make a tag and didn't quite get there on time.
Ben Spokley, the batter, and he swings and lines one off the third baseman's glove and into shallow left field. Jamison will score and Marsh to third on the single by Ben Spokley. So it's still first and third.
Hey, do what you want.
And Jace Montier, the coach of this team, is the batter. And the first pitch to him is hit in the air to right field towards the line. The catch is made in foul territory. It'll be a sacrifice fly as Marsh scores. And on the play, Spokley takes second. It's a 4-2 lead for the Reign.
So the Reign able to follow up their 2 runs on the home run with runs on other hits.
Ryan Martinez, the right fielder, swings and grounds one to first base. First baseman fields it cleanly and touches the bag himself, and that is the inning. That's Todd Forsetti playing first base. So 3 unassisted on the putout. We go to the top of the second. Our new score is the ATX Reign 4 and the San Francisco Fury Unleashed 2 here on the Cloud Sports Network.
We'd like to take a moment to let you know about our sponsors in between innings. Our first sponsor is Lexus. The 16th annual Sin City Classic is proud to once again welcome Lexus as its presenting sponsor. Lexus, experience amazing. In addition to being an incredible partner, the car maker has once again been named a top employer by the Human Rights Campaign, earning a perfect score in the 2022 Corporate Equality Index. It also happens to be the car maker of choice for some of the members of the Cloud Sports Network team. And I believe the Fury Unleashed are starting off with Anthony Morgan, your left fielder.
Anthony is the leadoff batter. The left fielder takes the first pitch for a ball, 2-1. Anthony Morangan, the batter. And here's the next delivery to him. Up the middle and into right center field for a base hit. So for the second inning in a row, San Francisco Fury Unleashed gets its leadoff batter on. It'll bring up Kevin Melecha, the third baseman. He will be followed by the middle fielder, Howie Lyon. Morangan at first base, nobody out. It's ATX Reign 4, San Francisco Fury Unleashed 2. There's a ground ball between short and the middle fielder and on into left center field for a base hit. It'll be first and second with nobody out. Kind of tough to find a hole like that, but he sure did. So it's runners at first and second to open the inning here at the top of the second. And the middle fielder, Howie Lyon, who wears number 77. He is the batter. Todd Forsetti, the first baseman, moves into the on-deck circle. and they continue to play with the 3 fielders, middle, short, and third on the left side, and first and second on the right side. Howie Lyon takes the ball. There's an errant ball that has made it onto the field from another field, and so that ball is discarded. And we'll resume play here in a second or two.
Looking at Lions' uniform, you can see that it's blue and it just says Unleashed on it. I think that is because the San Francisco team is not just Fury being unleashed, but I believe there are members of 2 teams, the Fury and the Unleashed. We'll try to get that checked.
I'm sorry. Howie Lyon draws a walk and the bases are loaded. Morangan to third, Melecha to second, Lyon on to first, and Todd Forsetti, who bats from the left side. Nobody out, 3 on, first pitch. Deep, ball 2, 2-1. And the next one, deep, ball 3, and another one would force in a run. And here it is. It's outside, ball 4. And Todd Forsetti draws a walk and an RBI as Anthony Morangan scores. And it is now 4-3 for the Reign. There'll be a runner. Anthony Morangan, the guy that just scored, is going to be running at first base as the courtesy runner for Todd Forsetti. And that'll bring up the top of the order and Will Robinson, who reached in the first inning and scored, and he takes a strike.
And with a 1-2 count, I think we have to say danger, Will Robinson.
Yes, I think we do too. And the next one to him is lined into left field. Left fielder makes the catch and will be a sacrifice fly as Kevin Melecha scores, and the game is tied at 4. It was a solid hit ball, but right to the left fielder, Adam Wilson. So we are tied at 4. The other 2 runners held at first and second, and that'll bring up Johnny Tadeo, who hit a 2-run homer in the first inning.
And I very much appreciated that because I had already colored in that run on my scorebook.
So Lyon at second, Morangan at first, and again he is running for Forsetti.
Courtesy runner is something you can do once an inning for a runner that might be slower than you could otherwise do. You can put in anybody who's on your lineup card.
Here's a fly ball hit deep to right center field, and it's out of here. A home run. Another one for Johnny Tadeo, this one with 2 on, so it's a 3-run homer. And this is a 5-run inning for San Francisco. So that's 2 of the 4 that they get. They now lead 7-4, and the batter, Panda Robinson, who bounced to the second baseman in the first inning. The first pitch to him is hit in the air to right field. And the ball is fouled down the right field line. Ryan Martinez gave chase, but the ball was way out of his reach and into foul territory. And so it's a big strike, and the count is a ball and 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes, says home plate umpire Mike Latendre. And that pitch.
I think that one was a little bit deep, but it was close. Hard to take.
So the ball, the count is 2-2, and the next one is inside, ball 3. And here's the next delivery. Swing and a ground ball to short, backhanded by Montier. He comes up throwing to first, and the out is made. 6-3 on the putout, and that is out number 2 here in the top of the second. Jeff Daddario, the catcher, will bat next. He singled in the first inning. He is 1 for 1. And the first delivery. He swings and fouls one back to the fence.
I think a little bit fooled by that outside pitch.
Base is empty, 2 out. And here's the fly ball foul, and the inning is over. That is an out. Five runs scored in the inning. And we go to the bottom of the second. It is now San Francisco Fury Unleashed 7 and the ATX Reign 4. The 2 walks that San Francisco got in the inning both came around to score. There were 3 hits in the inning, and there was nobody left on base.
As teams get eliminated from the tournament, they're usually going to go home and warm up and maybe start celebrating and getting ready for the Sin City Classic opening or closing party, which is always quite an event. And they may do that with Tito's Handmade Vodka, which is once again the official vodka of the 16th annual Sin City Classic. Tito's is unflavored and distilled in old-fashioned copper pot stills, and because it's made from corn, Tito's is certified gluten-free. Have some Tito's today. That copper pot still is always still making me think of having a nice mule.
Adam Wilson is going to lead off for ATX Reign in the bottom of the second. He bats from the left side. He is their left fielder.
Mentioned that there might be some folks from different teams on the Fury Unleashed. I think the same is true of the Reign. Wilson has played from Denver before, and Kyle Marsh has actually played in Southern California for a long time.
And the first pitch is deemed illegal. We've played about 18 minutes so far in our game, and the next pitch is a ball 3 balls and a strike. In this game, which is 60 minutes no matter, and that pitch is a strike called on the outside corner. Adam started to make that trek to first base, but it was called a strike. And this one is swung on and lined up the middle and on into center field for a leadoff single.
As you mentioned earlier, there just weren't that many A teams, and there really aren't. It's hard for a city to have enough A players to field their own teams, so a lot of these folks know each other, play with each other on different traveling teams. The World Series is really the only place that you have a very big A division, and even then it's usually in the single digits of teams, I believe.
Jason Caprelli in the EH for this game. He also plays catcher on this team, and here's the first pitch to him. A strike called on the outside corner, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the next one, swung on and bounced to the middle fielder. Flipped to second for 1, on to first, too late. So the force out goes middle fielder Howie Lyon to the second baseman Will Robinson, out number 1, and the last batter in the lineup is Bubba Jones. He is catching in this game. He wears number 7. And the first pitch to him is a ball. I've been watching Bubba play for such a long time that it was unique for me to see him wearing a number other than 11. Here is a shallow fly ball hit out into right center field, and the ball drops in for a hit. You find that space, doesn't matter how hard you hit, it's a single for Bubba.
Heads-up play almost got him at second. Runner had a hold to see if that ball was going to get caught, but was able to get to second on some nice base running, so safe and runners on first and second after that little blooper.
And he might have hurt himself because he comes up a little gimpy. They're checking on him. And both Andrew Stewart and Adam Wilson go out to check on their teammate. He's okay. He will stay in the game and run at second base for the batter, Garland Jamison, who hit a leadoff triple in the first inning and came across to score in front of Andrew Stewart's 2-run homer in the bottom of the first. There's a foul to the right side. He wasn't too happy with that swing, I guess.
He was not. I think the runner at second may have actually been hit with the throw, and that may have been part of what they were checking on as well.
Okay. And the next one, a little bit too high.
Interestingly,
And
too high, but not officially called illegal by Latendra.
so the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes, and the return flow from Dadarian to Robinson sailed a little bit off to the right. All right, here we go at 2-2. Swinging a line drive into left center field for a base hit, and that ball will roll to the fence as well. Caprellian will score. Jones in the third on a double by Garland Jamison.
And that's where you see some of that downside of pulling that extra fielder into the infield. If you had 4 outfielders, there would have been somebody right there. It might have been a single, might not have run in and gotten it, but it probably would have held it to a single.
We have 1 out in the inning, and Andrew Stewart hits one to the first baseman. The tag is made at first, and on the throw home, the ball hits Jones in the head. Here comes Jamison. There'll be no play. The ball got by the catcher on the throw from the first baseman, So Jones scores, the ball hit him, and then Karam to the fence, allowing Jameson to score. So 3 runs score in the inning. Stewart is out, 3 unassisted, and the batter will be Eric Kamal, who grounded out to the middle fielder in the first inning. The game is tied now at 7. And the first pitch to the middle fielder Kamal is a strike. A ball and 2 strikes. The next one is grounded to the right side, and second baseman makes a backhanded play, and he throws to first. Not in time. The ball gets by the first baseman, Forsetti, rolls to the right field foul territory, and so on his horse and on to second base is Kamal. It'll be a single, and then he advances to second on the infield error. He's in scoring position to perhaps give his team the lead. Lucas Owens, the batter. He singled and scored in the 4-run first inning. Our game is tied at 7. The lead run is now at second base. Here's the first pitch.
And we've seen some people thrown at it first from further away than that throw, but I think the 2 problems he had was that the ball was hit too softly and he was going in the wrong direction.
And there's another errant throw back to the pitcher by Jeff Daddario. That's 2. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the next delivery. Swing and a fly ball hit out into center field. And the catch is made out there by Hayden Irwin, and that ends the inning. However, 3 runs do score here in the bottom of the second, and we go to the top of the third. Hayden Irwin will be the leadoff batter. Our game is tied at 7 here on the Cloud Sports Network.
We had a chance to interview a few folks today, JJ DeFee and Jeff Sloan, and also Mark. And I think, one of the things that we'll be dealing with is the discussion about this A and B divisions, these divisions that are having fewer and fewer teams, how to keep those alive, how to keep them competitive, how to recruit more new players at that level. As much as some of the things like the World Series have gotten too big, everybody would like to see these divisions grow a little bit more.
There is a Facebook page called the Upper Division A and B or something like that. They haven't had much activity on it lately. I'm not sure why.
I was granted access to that when we were planning the Autumn Classic to try to recruit some teams. Did get a lot of help from those divisions and did have some good conversations. One of the things people try to do, or at least talk about, is because there's so few teams coming, sometimes you can do this as a one-day tournament rather than 2 days. And so particularly for teams in the area, sometimes it's nice and a little bit less expensive on hotels and flights if it's just a one-day tournament. So we had conversations about that. We'll see some other things there. And maybe some more chatter about that as the next World Series or the Naga Cup is approaching.
Hayden Irwin will be the leadoff batter here in the top of the third. He bounced to the middle fielder, and he takes the first pitch outside for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. Again, the pitcher for the Rain is Lucas Owens. There's a pitch that is a little bit short, ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. Pitch to the plate is illegal, and it's a walk. Tony Mora, the batter, he too bounced into a fielder's choice to the middle fielder in the first inning, and he bats with a runner at first and nobody out here in the top of the third. Our score is 7-7. San Francisco with 2 in the first, 5 in the second. ATX Reign with 4 in the first, 3 in the second. There's a line drive into left field for a base hit just past the dive of Kyle Marsh. It'll be runners at first and second, and nobody out. For Anthony Marangan, he singled and scored in the second inning. He bats with runners at first and second, and the first pitch is taken for a strike. A ball and 2 strikes. Swung on and popped in the air to right center field. Right fielder makes the call, makes the catch. The runner from second will advance to third. The runner at first holds. So Hayden Irwin had an easy access to third base. Tony Mora held at first. It's a fly ball out. Does not count as a sacrifice fly. It's just a fly ball out. Out number 1 for Kevin Malecha, who singled and scored in the second inning.
He absolutely ripped one through that packed infield.
And he swings and lines one into left center field, and that ball's going to get between left and center and go all the way to the fence. Irwin scores. Tony Mora holds at third, and Malecha into second with a double.
I think that's his line. That ball was almost on the exact same track as his first hit, except a lot deeper.
And so an RBI for Malecha. It'll be second and third with one out for Howie Lyon, who walked and scored in his previous plate appearance. And the first pitch to Howie, swung on and hit in the air down the right field line. Towards the line, the catch is made. A tag here. There's a throw to the plate. It's overthrown, but there'll be no advancement by the runner who holds at third base. So Mora will score, and that makes it 9-7. Malecha held at third on a sacrifice fly RBI by Howie Lyon. It's the second out of the inning, and again, 2 runs have scored. It's now 9-7, and Todd Forsetti will be the batter. He walked, and his position scored 2 in that 5-run second inning.
And Ryan Martinez out there showing you just how fast you can be in the outfield. He made out both of those last 2 fly outs, one almost over towards center field and one near the line. So covering a lot of ground out there on the right side.
And the first pitch is a ball. And the next one is a strike call, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Forsetti swings and loops one into left center field for a base hit. Another run scores. As Malecha scores, running from third base. It's a 3-run inning, and it is now 10-7. We come back to the top of the order for Will Robinson, who has doubled and scored and hit a sacrifice fly to left field for an RBI. Officially 1 for 1. Runner at first, 2 out, and a swing and a line drive into left field, right to the left fielder as Adam Wilson makes the grab, and that completes the inning. But 3 runs have scored for San Francisco. Fury unleashed here in the top of the third. We go to the bottom of the third, and Kyle Marsh will lead off in a 10-7 game San Francisco over the ATX Reign here on the Cloud Sports Network.
And when we are done for the day, Rich and I will both be going to hotels that are part of the Caesars Entertainment Group. The 16th annual Sin City Classic is once again happy to partner with Caesars Entertainment. Every guest at Caesars is treated like Caesar himself prior to the Ides of March.
Hail Caesar!
And every visit is unforgettable. At Caesars Entertainment Group of hotels, you'll find spacious rooms, friendly staff, exciting casinos, sports books, and world-class shows. Visit Caesars.com for more information. In fact, I know a lot of the teams who have finished the tournament are at Caesars or one of their hotels watching the NFL right now.
I think the next game is the game that's going on now is Minnesota and the Giants. Kyle Marsh to lead off here in the bottom of the third. He doubled and he scored in the 4-run first inning. He swings and lines one down the right field line foul. He also does have an RBI on his double.
Good to see Marsh back out there. Marsh was at our Autumn Classic but could not play because he had been injured.
Well, I have to tell you, he may have just jinxed it. Here's the next delivery. It's illegal ball 2. Now that you have both said it, I said to him while they were watching the Toros game against San Francisco, have you managed to make it through this uninjured? And he goes, oh, you may have just jinxed it. So I promised I wouldn't say anything, and then here we are.
And I blew it.
Maybe not. All right, here's the next pitch. Swung on and grounds to Howie Lyon, and underneath his glove and on into center field. I think Marsh would have beaten the play even if the ball had been fielded cleanly. So we'll give him a base hit, and that'll bring up Ben Spokley, who singled, and he drove in a run in the first inning. He's 1 for 1. He swings and hits one to deep center field. Catch is made by Hayden Irwin. Marsh will hold first, and that's out number 1.
Nice read on that ball by the center fielder. That ball, you could see clearly from our vantage point, it was hooking. It probably moved about 10 feet to the right from our vantage point as it dropped, but he was right under it.
In an earlier game, that ball might have curved all the way over into right center field, but we have very little wind to speak of now versus what we had earlier this morning. Here's Jace Montier, and he swings and grounds one just past the dive of the shortstop, and Johnny Tadeo went on into left field for a base hit. There'll be runners at first and second for Ryan Martinez, the right fielder who grounded out to the first baseman in the first inning. And he bats with a runner in scoring position. Runners at first and second, and one out here in the bottom of the third. It is 10-7 San Francisco over the ATX Reign, and the first pitch is a little high and inside for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. There's a swing and a bounce up the middle and on into center field for a hit. Marsh will be held at third base as the throw comes back into the catcher. Now the ball gets by the catcher and no one covered home plate, and Marsh scores. The other runners held.
And to the plate comes Wilson with a single last time, but ATX Reign is behind a home run, and Wilson definitely has the power to hit one.
So it's runners at first and second, a run in and one out, and the first pitch to Adam Wilson is a strike. Montier is at second, and Martinez is at first, and there's a ground ball to the second baseman. He goes to the middle fielder for the force out at second base, and that's out number 2. On the play, Montier to third. Martinez is forced at second base, 4 to the middle fielder, second to the middle fielder, and safe at first base on the fielder's choice is Adam Wilson. This will bring up Jason Kaprelian. The first pitch to him is a strike called.
You don't get much prettier than that one.
And the next one, he swings and lifts one on the infield. It's a pop-up caught by the second baseman, Will Robinson, and that ends the inning. 1 run for ATX Reign here in the bottom of the third. We go to the top of the fourth. Our new score is the San Francisco Fury Unleashed 10 and the ATX Reign 8 here on the Cloud Sports Network.
Rich, we have a lot of things that we try to work into these broadcasts from our sponsors. One of the groups we didn't get to talk about much yet today is the Asana and the Asana World Series. The 2023 Asana Softball World Series will be coming to San Diego September 6th through 9th. For the third time in history, Asana will be returning to America's finest city. You can find out more info at asanaseries.org. That's A-S-A-N-A, asanaseries.org.
You're looking forward to that, aren't you?
Sure. I am very much looking forward to the competition. I love Asana. I got to my first time ever in the booth with Roman and Cloud Sports Network was the Asana World Series in New Orleans. It was amazing, but having many members of my team in San Diego are helping Asana put it on.
That's great.
So a lot of work still to be done, a lot of fundraising still to be done.
Johnny Tadeo takes a strike, and you know whose birthday it is today? No, it's not your birthday, Marius. It's Angela Smith's birthday today. Yeah. So we wish her a happy birthday. Here's a base hit to right field off the bat of Johnny Tadeo. So he is a leadoff base runner for San Francisco. It is the third inning or fourth inning in a row that they have put the leadoff batter on, and it'll bring up the pitcher, Panda Robinson, who has grounded to second and grounded to short.
Tadeo's first hit that was not a home run over the fence.
That's correct. And the first pitch to the Panda is a strike called. It's a ball and 2 strikes. And the next pitch is deep. 2-2. The 2-2 delivery is swung on and bounced back to the pitcher. To the middle fielder for 1. On to first, double play. Easy one. 1 to the middle fielder for the force at second, and then middle fielder on to first for the double play. And quickly, there are 2 out here in the fourth inning for Jeff Daddario, who has singled and he has struck out on a foul ball, so he is 1 for 2. And the first pitch to him is a ball. 2-1. Nobody on, and now 2 out here on the top of the fourth inning of a 10-8 ball game. And there's a bouncing ball back to the pitcher. When you field your position well, it makes the game a whole lot easier. Daddario out 1-3, and that completes the inning. So they get the leadoff batter on, but he is doubled up. So no runs for San Francisco. It's the first time they've ended an inning with no runs, but they still have the lead. As we go to the bottom of the fourth, the score remains San Francisco 10 and ATX 8 here on the Cloud Sports Network. It'll be Bubba Jones, Garland Jamison, and Andrew Stewart to bat for the Reign here in the bottom of the fourth inning, trailing by 2.
I believe that was our first scoreless half inning our first 1-2-3 inning. We'll see if the Reign can come back with a few. If folks are wondering what the difference is between this tournament and Naga and Asana, many years ago people probably would have said that Naga was the gay league or the men's league and Asana was the women's league. Obviously we've moved forward with some things, and so the best way to say it right now, they're different organizations, but Naga is open and anyone can play in Naga. In Asana, anyone can play except cisgender males.
Okay. The first pitch to Jones is fouled off to the left side. Bubba swings and grounds one past the dive of the first baseman and on into right field down the line. He will rotor into second base with a leadoff double. It was just past the reach of the first baseman, Todd Forsetti, and it's a leadoff double for Jones.
Hard hit. Was impressive to get a glove on it actually to that side, because he looks like he's a left-handed first baseman, so his glove was on the inside towards the hole.
And Garland Jamison will be the batter. He takes the first pitch outside for a ball. It's 2-1. The next one is a strike called, 2-2. The 2-2 swung on and bounced in the hole between third and short, on into left field for a hit. Jones will hold at third, and it's runners at the corners with nobody out. And it's the third time that Garland Jamison has reached base. It'll bring up Andrew Stewart, who has homered and bounced back to the first baseman. He's 1 for 2 with a run scored and 2 runs batted in. And he swings and hits one high and deep to right field, and goodbye to that. It's a 3-run homer for Andrew Stewart, and now the Reign lead 11-10.
You know, he made a little joke about Tadeo not hitting a home run, but actually was, smart to not when he was the leadoff hitter. There's actually strategy to this. It's important. You'll find these teams are usually going to hit their home runs if they're doing it right when they have 2 or 3 people on the bags to make the most of them.
So the ATX Reign have scored in each of the 4 innings. They have nobody out, 3 runs in this inning, and Eric Kamal, the batter. He's the middle fielder, and he takes another pitch for a ball. He has bounced to the middle fielder. He has also singled. And he takes a strike. The count is full at 3-2. And he walks. Pitcher Lucas Owens will be the batter. Owens takes a pitch outside, ball 2.
Owens can't decide what the temperature is outside, wearing shorts and a beanie hat.
There's a fly ball hit to deep right center field. And another home run. It's a 2-run homer.
So the Reign down to 1 home run left to hit.
It's a 5-run inning. And Kyle Marsh, the batter, he has doubled and singled. He has driven in a run, and he has scored 2. And the first pitch to him. He swings and goes opposite field down the right field line, and that ball is going to travel all the way into the corner. Around second and on his way to third is Marsh. He will make it in easily. He is on with a triple.
Nice piece of hitting by Marsh. Not much you can do about that. Just over the infield and then spinning out to the fence.
Ben Spokley, the batter, he has singled, driven in a run, and he's flied out to center field. And he takes a strike called. So Kyle Marsh is a home run away from hitting for the cycle. He has a double, a single, and now the triple. That pitch is illegal, high ball 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the next one, he swings and lines one into right field for a base hit. Marsh will score. It's the 3rd run that he has scored on an RBI single by Ben Spokley. And I believe No, Ben's going to run for himself.
So what do you think? If the Rain hit a fourth home run before Marsh comes up, but he hits it over the fence, you're going to give him the cycle anyway, even though it's an out?
I don't think he'd hit one over the fence. I think his home run would be in the park. I could be wrong, but I think he'd agree. Here's Jace Montier, the batter. He swings and lifts one foul to the right side. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's a fly ball hit out into right field, down the line, and it gets by the right fielder onto the fence. Ben Spokley removes his hat as he rounds third, or as he rounds second, and so now Jace Montier went halfway to third, but Kyle Marsh held Spokley. It was a smart play because there's nobody out and no reason to test the arms of the outfielder in the infield. So it's a double for Jace Montier, who is on for the third time. On for the second time, but he is driven in a run in this game. So he's 2 for 2. He has a sacrifice fly. And here's a ground ball past the second baseman into right field for a base hit off the bat of Ryan Martinez. Spokley scores. Montier will score. There are still nobody out on this base hit by Martinez. 8 runs have scored in this inning. It is 16-10. And there's a line drive up the middle and on into center field for a base hit off the bat of Adam Wilson. So they have now batted around in this inning, as Jason Kaprelian will be the batter. He is the extra hitter. He has reached on the fielder's choice and popped to the second baseman.
Kaprelian watched a really nice first pitch go by and then swung at one that wasn't quite as nice for the pop-up. Let's see if he's a little more aggressive in this at-bat.
All right, first and second, nobody out. First pitch is outside for a ball.
Not with that pitch.
And the next one, inside. 3 balls and 1 strike, and then another one is a strike called at the knees. It's 3-2. And here is the next delivery to Kaprelian. He swings and grounds one past the second baseman into right field for a hit. Ryan Martinez will score. And on into third base is Adam Wilson. On the base hit by Kaprelian, we still have nobody out, and 8 runs have, no, 2, 3, I have 9 runs in the inning.
That's what I have as well.
17-10 the score. Jones, who started the inning, now lifts a fly ball into right field. And the catch is made for the first out in the inning, but on the play, Adam Wilson tags and scores. The 10th run in the inning, and Kaprelian held at first base. Garland Jamison, the batter, he has reached all 3 times. He has scored all 3 times. And he takes the pitch for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. The next delivery is outside for a ball. It's 3 balls and a strike.
Rich, one of the cheers
hitter is Andrew Stewart. I'm sorry.
One of the cheers you will hear in softball is everybody hits, everybody scores. If Kaprelian can get home, that will have happened for the Rain in this inning.
And the 3-2 pitch is grounded to the middle fielder. Line flips to second. Nice play at second base to get Kaprelian.
And I guess I jinxed that as well, Rich.
So Kaprelian out at second base. He will now go to coach third base. Garland Jamison is the runner at first base, and Andrew Stewart will come to the plate to bat from the left side. He hit a home run earlier in this inning, and he takes the first pitch outside for a ball. And the next one is swung on and hit high and deep to right field. It'll stay in the park, and the catch is made, and that ends the inning. 10 runs have scored here in the bottom of the 4th. We go to the top of the 5th. Our new score is the ATX Rain 18 and the San Francisco Fury Unleashed 10 here on the Cloud Sports Network.
And as we wrap up the fourth inning, we'll take a moment to talk about another sponsor. That's ViV Healthcare. ViV Healthcare is proud to partner with the 16th Annual Sin City Classic as a gold-level sponsor. ViV Healthcare is committed to delivering innovative new medicines for the care and treatment of people living with HIV and for the prevention of HIV. At ViV, their mission is to leave no one behind. Find out more at vivhealthcare.com. That's VIIV healthcare.com.
I don't mind telling you, that score makes me happy. I'm just looking to see here, and I'm looking at the playoff game being played by the Giants and the Vikings, and the Giants are up 17-7. All right. Hayden Irwin to lead off here on the top of the fifth. His team needs 8 runs to tie this game. Hayden Irwin has hit into a fielder's choice to the middle fielder, and he walked and scored, and he swings at the first pitch and bounces one between second and middle fielder for a leadoff hit. If my clock is correct, there should be close to 10 minutes left in this game, maybe 12. I think we started about 2:09 or 2:10 Pacific time. Next batter will be Tony Mora, who hit into a fielder's choice, and he has also reached and scored. 18-10 is our score, the ATX Reign lead. And this first pitch is outside for a ball. It's ball 2. There's been a change. Caprellian is now the catcher, and Jones now the EH. And there's a line drive into left center field for a base hit. And as Joel has said, in every game that we have, just about every game that we have done, no lead is safe.
No lead is safe. There's nothing to make me believe that the San Francisco Fury Unleashed couldn't pull off a 10-run inning just like the Reign did.
And the first pitch to Anthony Morangan is a ball. Now the wind is picked up again. And the next one swung on and up the middle and past the drive of Ben Spokley into right center field for a hit. Hayden Irwin around third will score. Tony Mora into third base, and Morangan will hold it first. And it's 18-11. Kevin Malecha, the batter.
And keep in mind, the SF Fury Unleashed have 2 more home runs they can hit. In that big 10-run inning, the Reign used 2 of their home runs, so the Fury have the same option to help their own cause.
There's a swing and a high fly ball hit out into left field. It's got some carry, and out of here! Three-run homer for Kevin Malecha, 4 runs in the inning, and we're now at 18-14. And here's Howie Lyon. Nobody out. First 4 batters have reached. If you're going to use that home run, like you've said a couple times, use it when there are runners on. And that's what has happened here today. All of these homers have been with runners on base. First pitch is a strike. And the next one is hit to the first baseman. Backhands it, goes to the base himself. And that's out number 1, 3 unassisted.
Yeah, I think watching these A games, if somebody hits a home run that is a solo home run, unless it is for an absolutely critical run to win the game or tie the game, it's a mistake.
Todd Vercetti, the batter. And the first pitch to him. He swings and lifts one in the air to right field. And that ball is fair to the fence. It'll be a double for Vercetti, who is now 2 for 2 with a walk. There likely will be a runner for him. Courtesy runner will be Howie Lyon, and a runner at second base, and 1 out. Top of the order, Will Robinson, who has doubled and scored, hit a sacrifice fly to left and then fly to left again, and he bats for the 4th time here. And the first pitch to him is hit deep to left field, and that ball is caught at the base of the track by Adam Wilson, and on the play, Lyon moves to third, where he stands with 2 out for Johnny Tadeo, who has a home run, and a single. He has a chance to add to his RBI total and his home run total, too, for that matter. And he takes a strike. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the next one. That sails inside for a ball. It's 2-2. There's a line drive past the dive of the second baseman, Ben Spokley. Howie Lyon will come in to score the 5th run in the inning. And it's 18-15. And Panda Robinson, the batter, he has grounded to second, grounded to short, and hit one back to the pitcher.
And I'm going to guess that if Panda Robinson can get on base, D'Addario is going to come up swinging for the fences to tie this game. And it's hard to believe the cleanup batter doesn't have that kind of power.
Correct. First pitch, Panda swings and lines one into right field for a hit. Johnny D'Addario rounds second, makes it to third. As the ball comes back into the infield, it'll be first and third with 2 out. And Jeff D'Addario is the batter. They have batted around in this inning. This is the 10th batter to bat. And the first pitch to him. He swings and hits one foul to the right side and out of play.
And if I had a guess, I'm not sure he was swinging for the fences. It looked like he might have been trying to rope that into right field down the line.
So it's a ball and 2 strikes, and he swings and lifts one into right field. Shallow giving chase the second baseman. The ball bounces in foul territory, and the batter is out, and that's out number 3. 5 runs scored, though, in the top of the 5th inning. And our new score is now 18-15. The ATX Reign leading the San Francisco Fury Unleashed as we go to the bottom of the 5th. And I believe this game has about 7 or 8 minutes to go.
We've got Mike Latender back here by the booth. He might be able to give us a time update.
3 minutes and 48
Oh my God, my clock is completely off.
And so we've confirmed 3 minutes and 48 seconds. So the way that looks right now is with the Reign being the home team, the Fury Unleashed need to get them out in a little under 4 minutes to get another inning to have a chance to catch up. So if it feels like the Reign are not moving as fast as they were earlier, that may be because they're trying to bleed a little time off the clock.
So the middle fielder, Eric Kamal, will lead off here to start the bottom of the 5th. And the first pitch is illegal for a ball.
A lot of pressure on the pitcher when you're playing against the clock as well as the other team.
And the next one bounces on the plate.
The last thing you want to do is walk batters when you're facing the clock.
3-1 the count. There's the strike called. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Middle fielder playing to the left of the second base bag, and there's a ground ball to third. On to first, and that's out number 1. Melecha to the first baseman, Todd Vercetti. That is out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th, and that'll bring up Lucas Owens, the pitcher, who has singled and scored, flied out to center, and hit a home run. And I believe his home run drove in 3.
And we've just been told that the next game, the B Championship, will be between the Toros and the Sharks.
And the first pitch is inside for a ball. Swings and lines one into right field for a base hit, and that ball will travel to the fence on 2 hops. Around second, on his way to third is Lucas Owens, and it's a stand-up triple. Here's Kyle Marsh. He needs a home run to hit for the cycle.
And his team does have one left.
A triple, a double, a single, and a triple. He has scored 3, and he has driven in 3. And he takes the first 2 pitches that are out of the strike zone. It's a 3-1 count.
Smart thing for his team
And
with the clock where it is.
Low for a ball. He walks, so he has reached base all 4 times. And Ben Spokley, the batter, who has singled, fly to center, and singled and scored. And the first pitch to him is a strike called.
Fury Unleashed could really use a double play here.
And that pitch is a strike, and he is out on strikes. Called third strike, first one of those we've seen, and that'll bring up Jace Montier.
And we will be listening to hear if we hear a beeper before we see this last out get made.
Montier takes a pitch low for a ball. It's 2-1. Runners at the corners with 2 out. And the next pitch is a strike called. It's 2-2. Here's the next one. And Montier swings and lifts one in the air to right field, giving chases the right fielder. And he makes the running catch, and that ends the inning.
Great job by the defense and the pitcher there to get that in. I did not hear the beeper go off, so I got to believe we are going to see a 6th inning, and that means the Fury Unleashed will have another chance to tie this game up or get ahead.
Hayden Irwin, Tony Mora, and Anthony Morangan will bat here in the top of the 6th inning.
Game time has expired.
Game time has expired, but it expired after the half inning was completed, so another inning will be played. I think that if San Francisco does not score 3, the game will be over.
I believe you are correct.
So they'll bat batters 5, 6, and 7. Hayden Irwin has reached on the fielder's choice. He has walked and scored. He has singled and scored.
So your next chance to see this kind of A-level play will probably be at the Naga Cup, which I believe is in Salt Lake City this year. But many of these teams will also be going to the 2023 Gay Softball World Series, which is in Minneapolis, Minnesota, from August 28th to September 2nd.
Lucas Owens is taking his time getting out to the pitcher's mound.
That World Series is going to be sponsored by the Twin Cities Good Time Softball League and Sports Minneapolis, and they'll be looking forward to hosting it. It's the 46th annual Gay Softball World Series. Information about all the events related to it, and it usually is a bit of a week-long party, can be found at lightupthenorth.org. That's lightupthenorth, all spelled out, .org.
All righty. Hayden Irwin to lead things off. His team needs 3 to tie. First pitch to him. He swings and hits a fly ball out into shallow left field. Coming in is the left fielder. The ball drops in front of him and gets by him. It's backed up by the shortstop, but it'll be a leadoff double for Hayden Irwin. That ball was hit just between short and left in that in-between area, so to speak. And so that'll bring up Tony Mora. He has reached on a fielder's choice. He has reached, or he has also singled twice and has scored twice. And there's a pop-up in foul territory, and Bubba Jones drops it. For now, life.
I think Bubba Jones might be buying some drinks that have Tito's vodka in them for his team after that one.
This is Tony Mora with a count of 1-2 strikes with Hayden Irwin at second base, and the next pitch is swung on, line right back to the pitcher who makes the catch for out number 1. And that'll bring up Anthony Morangan, the left fielder, who has singled and scored, fly to right, and singled and scored again, and has driven in a run. Has a runner at second base with 1 out. Boy, that ball could not have been hit any harder, but it was hit right to the pitcher. And the first pitch is outside. The on-deck hitter is Kevin Malecha. And that pitch is inside for a ball 3. And here is the 3-1 delivery. Outside, he walks. It's runners at first and second with 1 out for Kevin Malecha, who is the tying run.
And Malecha has not hit a home run yet, I don't believe, but he's looked like times like he had the power to.
And so it's Irwin at second, Morangan at first. Here's the first pitch, and it's low and inside for a ball. Here's the next one. Swung on and hit to the middle fielder. He bobbles the ball and has no play. Boy, that might have ended the game. It fielded cleanly, but it'll be an error on the middle fielder, and the bases will be loaded for Howie Lyon. There'll be a pinch hitter. Charlie Garrett is going to bat for Howie Lyon, 17 for 77. If he fields it cleanly, I think he gets a double play on that because the... Thank you.
I agree with you. I think if he feels that cleanly, they might have been out of this game.
So, Irwin at third, Morangan at second, Malecha at first. Todd Frasetti moves into the on-deck circle. Still just one out here in the top of the sixth inning. Here's the first pitch to Garrett. He goes after the first one and hits one to the middle fielder. He steps on second for one. On the first, double play! And that ends the game. So this time the ball was hit to Eric Kamal, and he makes the play cleanly. He gets the force at second, middle fielder unassisted, and then a double play to the first baseman. And your A-Division champions here at Desert Breeze in the 2023 Sin City Classic, your ATX Reign win by the final score of 18-15.
And again, we will be following this broadcast with the B Championship, which will be between the Toros and the Sharks.
A fine game, a ball that featured a lot of power hitting, some fine defensive plays, excellent base running. It's what an A-Division game is all about, and we've been treated to a good one. And I fully expect we'll be treated to a good one in the B game. We're going to take a break here for just a little bit. Congratulate the San Francisco Fury Unleashed for finishing in second place here in the A-Division. And congratulations to the ATX Reign for winning the A Championship here at the Sin City Classic 2023. Medals and trophies to be given out before we start the B game. We're going to take a break, get a little recharge, get some coffee in us too. Thanks for being with us here. We'll be back in just a little bit with the B Division final again between the Toros from Houston and the Sharks from San Francisco. We're here with you on the Cloud Sports Network on a Sunday afternoon. Thanks again for being with us, and we'll be back shortly.